त्यांनी भारताच्या आयुर्वेद क्षेत्राचं प्रतिनिधित्व केलं. अनेक विक्रमी उपक्रम सरांच्या नावावर आहेत, पण विशेष उल्लेख करावासा वाटतो तो महाराष्ट्रातील हिपॅटायटिसच्या साथीच्या वेळी बीड, मुरबाड, पेण, माणगाव अशा 4 वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी वेगवेगळ्या साली आयुर्वेदिक औषधांच्या मदतीने रुग्णांना बरे करण्याचं आव्हान त्यांनी पेललं. आज असं बहुआयामी व्यक्तिमत्व महाराष्ट्र राज्याच्या आयुर्वेद विभागाचं नेतृत्व करत आहे. ही गोष्ट आपणासाठी अतिशय महत्त्वाची आणि मुलाची. यानंतर मी मनोगत व्यक्त करण्याची विनंती करते वैद्य कुलदीपराज कोहली सर यांना.
Congratulations, Sandu brothers. Congratulations for having spent 115 years successfully in making Ayurvedic medicines. All my doctor colleagues, Vaidyas from different parts of the state, my dear friend, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra Ayurveda University. Do I say that? Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Dr. Jamkar. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gujarat Ayurveda University, Dr. Kotecha. The whole Sandu family. My senior colleagues, senior teachers, awardees, my colleague Dr. Tathed, and I can see many of my friends in the audience. This is a real pleasure to be here this evening, although the program seems to be have gone a little longer than what we expected. But anyhow, the program is very good. It is all to honor the Ayurvedic doctors. I don't see this as a promotion of Sandu. I don't see this as a promotion of a manufacturing company. When Shashank came to me, I only saw a very honest kind of a appeal on his face that he wants to sincerely honor Ayurvedic doctors who have contributed very sincerely to the field of Ayurveda, maybe in Ayurvedic education or in Ayurvedic practice. And I compliment the whole Sandu family for designing such an award. This is, I think I must have seen many award functions. I have been chief guest at many places. But this is one of the very unique crowds that I see. There's nobody in the audience who is without a purpose. Everybody has got a purpose, and the purpose is to honor our seniors, to honor our sincere and the best of the practitioners on the stage. I think it needs to be applauded. I give a big hand to all these awardees and all those who are going to be awarded after that. There are 2-3 issues that have been raised. One is, Jamkar sir, now as my age is growing, I always have a feeling evidence-based Ayurveda is a slogan which is good for allopathic people. We need an evidence, we need an evidence only to convince you that yes sir, we are right. But I don't think Ayurveda needs to convince anybody that we are right. Whatever is mentioned in Shastras, just imagine, just about 200 years ago, this allopathic system of medicine came into being. What was happening for thousands of years before that? It was this Ayurveda which was taking care of health in this great country. Not only in this great country, but the influence of Ayurveda had spread to Greece, it had spread to Iraq, it had been into Arabians, and the whole circle. We say we are doing globalization today, but I always say we were already globalized. We had, what is Unani medicine? From India it went to Yunan, Yunan is Greece. From Yunan it came to Arabs, Muslim rulers, and they made it as Arabian medicine, and the Arabian medicine came into Ayurveda known as Unani medicine. So it's a whole full circle that Ayurveda has been going around in the globe. I think evidence is good. Talking about evidence is fine. But for the practice of Ayurveda, whatever is written in the text, just believe me, it is more than Index Medicus. It is more than any Lancet. It is more than any other authoritative textbook of modern medicine. In modern medicine, you try a medicine on maybe 30 rats, 40 rats. or maybe 6 rats. This is what I've seen in the experiments. Maybe that it tested takes billions and millions of dollars. But Ayurveda has tested it not on 30 or 40 or 100 or 1000 rats. It has tested on millions of human lives. It has been in practice, and I always believe that Ayurveda, as mentioned in Ayurveda, must be practiced. Of course, we are open to innovations. We are open to our own judgment. You can make your own combinations as per your own judgments. But see that you follow Ayurveda as it is. The concepts are very sacrosanct. I don't think we need to tamper with the concepts of Ayurveda because they are the basis. Otherwise, if we leave the concepts, we are plainly a herbal medicine. We are nothing beyond that. So, the concepts of Ayurveda make it as Ayurvedic medicine. Otherwise, you are equivalent to herbal medicine, what is found in Europe. They take out a plant, take out an extract, and they try to promote that as a phytomedicine. So, Ayurveda is different. It has been there for thousands of years. But nonetheless, we need success stories to be published in the books, to be published in standard journals, because we need to convince others that what we are doing is something which will benefit the whole globe. So, please adopt us. It's only for that limited purpose that we need a evidence-based Ayurveda. Now, one very important thing about Ras Shastra that I have been always having a feel, I'll just take a minute because even I have to rush to the airport. John Saper's study in 2004, that moved a lot of, there was a lot of churning all around the globe. Several Indian consignments of Ayurvedic medicines were blocked in Singapore, in Australia, in US. It had a lot of impact on Ayurvedic business per se. Let me tell you, even that time I was in Dabur, and I used to come to Mumbai once a week, and I used to see the patients here. Suddenly what I used to see every week, I used to see around 20-30 patients here in one of the clinics in Mumbai. That came down to 4 or 5 patients during those days when this news was being circulated in the newspapers. The impact, short-term impact was there. But let me tell you, if somebody tells you, the allegation was that an anti-diabetic product from one of the companies in Gujarat was found to contain some metals. It had Trivanga Basma. And Trivanga Basma is effective for Prameh. Some Gujarati must have smuggled it to America in his own bag. That was caught on one of the Patel stores, and they said this is Ayurvedic medicines have got metals. It is something like if I say that maybe the crocin has got paracetamol into it. I mean, what is absurd about it? By intent, I want Trivanga Basma to act as a Pramehagna drug. Why not I add into that particular, that was not being manufactured for America. Then the question was raised, is the Indian population so cheap? The health of the Indian population is so cheap that we don't want to expose the Americans to heavy metals, and why should we expose our own Indian people to heavy metals? The answer was simple. It is in the mind that you have that the metals are toxic. Metals are not toxic. I use a lot of gold medicines. I use a lot of Ras Shastra dravyas, and my own feeling was the way they are processed, they are made into nanoparticles. Time and again you burn them at 1500 degrees centigrades, and time and again it has been proved that there are nanoparticles. There are, another research from BHU said that an amalgam is prepared. Organometallic preparations are prepared when you are rubbing the metal with some juices, maybe Nimbu juice or Muli Swaras or maybe Tulsi Swaras. That is the time, or maybe with Kanji, you are making herbo-metallic preparations. I mean, it is a combination of an organic stuff and an inorganic stuff. That is called as organometallic preparations. And when they are burnt time and again, they become nanoparticles. They are easily able to pass through the cellular membranes, and hence they do not cause nephropathy, they do not cause hepatotoxicity. This is my, I mean, whatever papers we have read, I can quote you 100 of other examples because I had been into a company, my interest always was to secure because every company has got, the major companies have got metallic medicines. The prestige of the company is always at stake. If somebody says this particular medicine from a company has killed a patient, so the prestige of the company is at stake. So all those safety studies we did, and what we found was the heavy metals are not toxic, just believe it. And I always say Rasa Shastra rather is more effective than more effective in terms of the speed of recovery as compared to pure herbal medicines, and this can be called as futuristic medicine. Rasa Shastra is a futuristic medicine. The only threat that I see is one of the agreements that was signed by 156 nations not to use mercury in any of the oral preparations. I have been writing to Ayush department for last 1.5 years when this agreement was signed. When I read on the internet, that was the time. People woke up after 6 months after that. But I could see the threat. Now Ayush department has sent a letter to all FDAs to find out how much of the mercury the Ayurvedic industry is using, so that they can take an exemption from that international whatever deed or some agreement has been signed. I think Sandhu Brothers is playing a major role. For all of us who are Ayurvedic practitioners, we know that we need a lot of classical medicines. There are very few companies in the country today which make genuine classical medicines, Granthokta medicines. And if you see, one of the companies got sold out maybe 2-3 years back. Zandu went to Imami, and it is under a real threat. How serious, I mean, Dabur is in continuing with the ethical products, we do not know. How serious the other companies are. But I think more companies, if they come into manufacturing of Granthokta medicines, that is something which will really push the Ayurveda forward. Otherwise, we will land up into only patent and proprietary drugs, and classical medicines are likely to be lost. With these words, it's just a word of caution. I am not a pessimist. I am very hopeful. Ayurveda is getting its glory that it used to enjoy. And let me tell you, friends, Ayurveda has got very, very bright days ahead. I wish you all the best for that. I wish all the best to Sandhu. Thank you for calling me here. Thank you once again. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
धन्यवाद सर. यानंतर मी सर्व मान्यवर